Monday, ladies and gentlemen, and I've been out for a walk, 2 walks, and the Sainsbury's shop, and I have not even hit 10,000 steps. Oh, god damn. My second walk today, my legs are aching from the amount of walking I've been doing recently. It's not good. Tomorrow I start later. I start at 8:30 instead of 8, which up to now I've been doing like hour-long walks. I have to find something else to do with my mornings, you know. I still like them for like my walks, that is. I still like them for like the mental clarity, but I've been doing so much fucking walking, I'm done. But I won the activity minutes thing. People mentioned as well that I was one of the only people who've only done walks. Everyone else has done like yoga or whatever the fuck. So I'm pretty proud of myself. Today, 2 new teams joined the hive. 2 new teams. So effectively my meetings have doubled overnight. Happy days. But yeah, so a lot of meetings today. Introducing myself to one of the 2 new teams. It's weird because like the new team lead for that was a developer on my team, or my old team. So I know the team lead, but I don't know the new people, obviously. And what else? What else is going on in my little life? We're pushing to move all of our like end-to-end tests into like places where they make sense, so that we can remove duplication, and then so that there's more of a clear onus on who owns the things. And like where we're aiming, I understand. Where we are, I understand. But getting there is going to be fucking hard work. And I'm like, I can't really wrap my head around it. And it's a lot harder for us as a team, as both teams actually. So I was going through the thing, there's like operations is one of the domains and fin crime is the other domain. And the 2 things within the operations domain that have been highlighted by the proposal, I don't think belong in the operations domain. I think they belong in the payments and fin crime. And then the thing in fin crime belongs to the other one. It's a shit show. But it's interesting, like defining them as domain, like our end-to-end tests are just going to look like integration tests, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it means that our end-to-end tests are going to be distributed across so many different payment fucking things. It's going to be a mess. But yes, I've been trying to wrap my head around that, like deep diving into our code bases, trying to figure out what we've currently got and what we need to like bolster, move around, etc. I'm trying to do it in such a way where we can cut a lot of the legacy. There's so much legacy stuff in the tests that aren't needed and not used anymore. I don't want to just copy and paste it. I want to be able to move it, upgrade it, and like kind of get the benefits of what we're aiming for as soon as possible, rather than effectively just like give it a lick of paint, you know what I mean? But it's the same problem. But yeah, so that's been that. It's been really good fun. Like I say, challenging to try and like figure all of that stuff out. But yeah, so shopping day. Otherwise, I'm like, I had an idea today. I say that I realised something that I had previously not clocked onto. Probably should have clocked onto. But I don't want to be one of those people that like, oh, let's just use the blockchain for anything. But I'm kind of like, that sounds like it might solve one of the problems I was going to end up facing. So, got lots of things to look into right now. I just kind of want to get some time to do some programming. But yeah, I've got lots of like technical problems I need to solve, both at work and like at home. Got some AI stuff, some natural language processing stuff, potentially some blockchain stuff. We'll see. So Tuesday, and well, based on basically the meetings I have in a day, I start at different times. If I have like no meetings in the afternoon, then I start at 8, work till 4:30. But if I have to like work till 5 for a meeting, then I'll start at 8:30 or 5:30 on a Thursday. # long walk Thursdays. I start work at 9. instead of 8. So basically I start at different times in the morning based on what day it is, effectively. So Tuesday, and well, based on basically the meetings I have in a day, I start at different times. If I have like no meetings in the afternoon, then I start at 8, work till 4:30. But if I have to like work till 5 for a meeting, then I'll start at 8:30 or 5:30 on a Thursday, hashtag long walk Thursdays. I start work at 9 instead of 8. So basically I start at different times in the morning based on what day it is, effectively. And up till recently I've just been like increasing the length of my walk because I always wake up at the same time. And I've been enjoying that to a certain extent. But like, obviously after a week of a stupid amount of walking, I'm kind of sick of it. I've done all of my thinking, I've done all of my podcast listening, and I'm looking for other things to do. So I'm still going out for my walk because I'd mainly do it for like mental health reasons. But like, I don't want to go out for an hour walk today or tomorrow and an hour and a half walk on Thursday because my like false productivity thing, yeah, that's me doing something, but if I don't want to do that thing, then I'm effectively just wasting time, right? I need a way of like converting 30-minute chunks of time into something more valuable that A, doesn't feel like walking, and I think that's going to be short term. I think come next week or fortnight time I might get back into walking again, but like, or sitting at my desk and doing work. That's the difficult one. But I need to normalise. I'm really bad at going, oh, I've only got 30 minutes. That's not enough time. And that is because I'm a bit too perfectionisty. And so I don't spend the time. I feel like I need more time, and then I get mad at myself for eating into big chunks of time doing other things, and then I write off like 45 minutes as, oh, that's not quite long enough to get any serious progress done. So I'm going for my 30-minute walk, I'm going to go home, and I'm going to carry on with my little shopping list app thing. So yeah, that's my plan. So I went back home after my walk, looked at some Blazor stuff, and then like got stuck trying to do the interop between .NET and C#. Sorry, .NET and JavaScript. The problem with that is, in half an hour chunk, got a semi-decent way, but didn't quite solve it. And then the whole day I was like, why won't it work? What will solve the problem? I don't know. But I solved it this evening. It's pretty cool now. It already does something that I wish my actual shopping list app did, which is good. I've got like loads of styling issues to like iron out and stuff, but it's good fun. I'm enjoying myself. Otherwise, today has been a day of introducing new people to things, including like how we test, but also like how certain services work. And then doing like an audit of services we own, what the tests are for them, trying to roadmap out this piece of work we're doing. It's a lot of fun. It's not fun at all. It's a shit show. Had a pretty bad day today. So an alarm's going off or something. Pretty bad day today. Went for half an hour walk this morning. Did some programming. To be fair, I was having a fine day until I got in a fight with Monty because he wanted to go in the wardrobe and then attack me when I told him off, and then just continued to attack me, and it just pissed me off. I don't know why, but I am disproportionately fragile to Monty acting up around me. So it makes me feel like he doesn't like me. Yeah, I've had a shit day. I've been trying to like figure out testing strategies, where tests should live is the question. When they touch things in like 5 domains all at once. And I'm like, God damn, which is the real domain here? Is it possible to write a test that only touches 3 of the 5? Or stuff like that? And it's just not. So that was that. But otherwise, yeah, it's been relatively quiet. Not many meetings, not much going on. Annoying. Pretty bad day. All in all. After dinner, played some Xbox. Felt better. Shoot some people, mate. Playing Halo again. Halo's really fucking good. Just the story is just fucking great. I don't know, I don't give a shit what's happening, but I'm enjoying it. I'm just shooting things. I started playing Halo 5 and then realised I'd not finished Halo 4. So I've gone back to Halo 4. It's sick. Not too bad a day today compared to yesterday. Yesterday was pretty fucking drab, but it's like hashtag long walk Thursday. Didn't go for a long walk though. Just went for half an hour lap around and then came back and played. What did I do? I think I played chess for about half an hour and then I started work early. I needed to take something to the post office for next door, so I had an hour and a half lunch instead of an hour. Worked out alright. It's been a gamey kind of day today. Played chess in the morning, Halo at night. Played a level of Halo that was potentially the buggiest game I've ever played. I'm like, I don't know, I've literally had to go back to checkpoints a couple of times because it just bugged out. But anyway, that's fine. Otherwise today, trying a new strat. I said I was going to try a new strat of like moving somewhere else. So I could go in meetings, I'd move my laptop and like sit downstairs for a meeting. Didn't do that though. But what I am doing is like some of the meetings I don't need to pay attention to as much. Like I'm only needed sometimes at those kind of meetings. I'm like electing to join the meeting without a camera on. And then I just kind of treat it like radio. So I just have like my earphones in and just kind of sit there, deliberately do something else and kind of try and zone it out. But like that fine balance between zoning it out and keeping it there just enough to understand what the fuck's going on. So if I need to interject, I could be like, oh, sorry, could you just repeat that? And then go, what about this? That kind of interaction, you know what I mean? Worked out kind of well, so I'm happy with that. Turns out I'll be dropping one of the teams. So I had 5 teams I was SDETing for. That's going down to 4. And I'm going to be leaning on a test champion specifically for my old team. But yeah, good conversations with just like a good talky day today. I'm trying to think, there was something else that I was actually like, work I was actually doing apart from like meetings and talking, but I can't remember what it was, so yeah, it's there's a lot going on at the moment. But yeah, figured out how I'm going to be. I figured out like the thing I was spending the week on trying to sort out. I think I've sorted that out, and tomorrow I've got enough like spare like headroom to spin up some tickets so we can get them refined by the teams. It's gonna be sick. Well, we're all caught up on Line of Duty. We've just watched the last series. It's great. We're ready for it to go on TV. Don't know what we're gonna watch tomorrow, but you know, that's life. What went on today? Not a crazy amount. I've been spinning out tickets and like analysing the code bases to try and figure out where the tests are going and stuff. Just kind of carrying on with that work. Had a pasty for lunch. Fuck yeah. That's about it. That's literally boring work day. Hopefully we're going to have a more exciting weekend though. I'm actually knackered as well. I didn't sleep through last night. I woke up in the middle of the night again. And then overslept. Woke up at like 5:30. I should have just got up instead of going back to sleep because then I was too asleep when my alarm went off inevitably in 15 minutes. Prick. Another one of those days today where you get like a dull headache all day. Don't know why. Just been asleep while Laura's watched a film. Downstairs, now it's bedtime. It's been a productive day though. This morning, like, chewed through a lot of tasks. It was only until like basically dinner time where it just kind of caved in on me, you know. Buttered some bacon, went to the shop to get Monty some stuff, sorted out like a load of jobs, like admin jobs that I needed to do, like set up LastPass. Very fun. Monty and I can hear a noise. We're investigating. Was it this? Like a knocking noise. Today has been right. So yeah, this weekend in general has been pretty productive, to be honest. But today I slept in, woke up with a headache still, but it went away. Had a bacon sandwich, had a haircut. Thanks to Laura. We've got a lot of stuff going on, doing like cleaning and whatnot. We've got a lot of stuff going on in the week coming up. Doing lots of cleaning. Laura's doing some DIY. Slow day, to be fair. I have been going through some stuff, making a list of all the things that I've got to work on and making it so that I can simplify working at home on things that aren't work. I've activated remote desktop in so that I can remote desktop into Atlas. I think I've done it before, I've just kind of forgotten about it. I think one of the problems I have with being productive outside of work time is that I'm doing a hobby where I work. Previously my hobby and work were the same thing. Now my hobby is at the same place I work, so I've got no separation. And I feel like I want to be anywhere but on Atlas. But my laptop's really slow. It's gotten really slow and chuggy, this laptop. I need a new one, but there's no point buying a new one in the middle of a pandemic. It's just fucking stupid. And there's no point buying a new one when I've got a brand new computer upstairs I barely even use. And I don't leave the house and use a laptop at the same time, you know what I'm saying? So, remote desktop, not only do I get to use a nice powerful computer, I get to do it from anywhere in the house, so that I can get separation, you know? Also means I don't have to push up. I don't have to get the code to a point where it'll pass a build in order to push it up so I can download it onto a different machine to carry on working on it and then remember which machine. Ugh. So, did that. Otherwise, yeah, so I've made a list of all of the different things that I've started and not finished, and I'm starting to feel like I want to get back into that kind of stuff. I've also been reading about, I'm legitimately churning down docs now about things like smart contracts and dApps. So I'm going to turn into a blockchain dork. Looking forward to it. Yeah. Otherwise, this week's going to be really busy. We've got a crazy amount of meetings. We've got some builders coming around to look at quoting us for some stuff. Someone coming around to do a survey for the house. Ugh, Jesus Christ. And it's the most, you get a damp quote round, low maintenance, that's easy. You get that done, it's we need every door open, every window open. Your pets need to be shut away. How do you fucking do that then, dickhead? Well, that's tomorrow's problem. But yeah, I'm going to bed. So the person we had round for a quote today, I already had round. I invited him round about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. And he gave us a shit quote then, he's given us the same shit quote back. And he's like, oh, I recognise this place. I'm like, Laura, because Laura had sorted it all, and he emailed me a quote instead of the rest of them gave me paper quotes. So obviously he didn't appear on the paper quotes. And then he's like, oh yeah. So I think it'll be the same quote as I quoted last time. I'm like, well, obviously we didn't go with your quote last time, so obviously I'm not going to go with it again. But he was like, it's just a bit of a tip. We have a lot of work to do. The amount of work we're asking to get done is a lot, and we're expecting it to cost a lot of money. But we're not expecting, because we're paying a lot of money, I don't want to do things like take the radiator down myself, you know? These two cabinets here need to come out, and that. I'm not doing that. You do it. Yeah, he was a bit of a prick. And as soon as he started talking, I was like, oh yeah, I remember why I didn't like you. Anyway, it's just pretty awkward. Otherwise today, obviously on a day when you're planning on getting lots done, that's when shit burns down and that shit hits the fan. So, happy days. Yeah, we had loads of issues with some tests. For some reason, some tests have stopped working in staging, and I can't figure out for the life of me why. The config is credentials, but the credentials work for other tests that do more or less the same code. So I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck's happening. It's fun, to say the least. And then there's other stuff. Yeah, so trial by fire for a new person who I didn't realise was new, so I messaged him. And then he's like, I don't know what this is. And I'm like, oh, sorry, mate, I literally didn't think you joined today. I saw your name was on Teams the other day, and I just assumed you've been here for a while. But anyway, yeah, it's been a bit busy day. Laura went shopping. Same old shit, you know? She's busy as well. Bedtime. Look at my little man, he's just sat in his little tower. Living the dream. Today we had someone come around to the house to a survey done on the house. And they said, oh, we'll be there anytime between 9:30 and 11:30. When did he come? 1:20. That should be fucking illegal. Firstly, you shouldn't be able to give a 2-hour window. It should be a 1-hour window or nothing. Because a 2-hour window is effectively a 3-hour window, right? You know what I mean? 1-hour window or nothing. If there's a special place in hell for people who give you a 2-hour window and then don't abide by it. Fucking bullshit, mate. Otherwise, today has been a day where I've just been... It doesn't matter what I wanted to get done today. It was just firefighting. So busy, just like everything kicking off all at once. And yet, like, I didn't really do anything. It's weird. Like, you're super busy, but all I can really do is kind of just watch everything. Watch it all burn, you know? It's really annoying because, like, it doesn't feel like you finish anything. Like, there's loads of stuff to do, and it's all kind of progressed. And it's kind of simmered, but it's just like simmered down. It's weird. But anyway. What else has gone on today? I've been doing some programming on my computer and on my laptop. Laptop because we were watching the Meghan and Harry interview. And then The Circle, Celebrity Edition. Celebrity Edition, it's not going to be as good, but I fucking love The Circle, so it'll work out for us. We also had a dinner where we substituted out the sweet potato mash for garlic bread because I don't like sweet potato mash. And effectively we had some fried mushroom and salad. It was like nothing to it. So I'd have an extra big piece of brownie, eh, moo moo. Also, when someone's in the house, obviously Monty gets like locked in here. We have to be like COVID time, so like all the windows have to be open, all that shit. So Monty's locked in here. When Monty comes out, he's sniffing everything. He's like a sniffer dog. It's like drug muling, not the opposite. Drug dog. That's what it is. But it's madness. But yeah, just like rammed with stuff. This 3-day, this like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, is just so busy that like every fortnight, this 3 days are going to be just horrendous. It won't be as bad next time because one of the teams, like in the next fortnight, one of the teams I won't have anymore, but it's still going to be bad. A little bit of a longer walk than normal today. Give me time to think. Remember what I was saying about like false productivity to try and get myself from doing nothing to doing something? That's kind of worked now. I started doing stuff. I filled my time with walking and just like what I was saying there. Filled my time with like walking and like doing things I wanted to do. And then I translated those things that I wanted to do into programming. So I've now like got into programming at home now. And I'm like, 2 things that I thought about. Excuse me, do you want fuss or not? This doesn't look like you want fuss. I'm gonna leave you. I'm not playing. And I caught myself thinking, oh, I want some more time so that I could do more programming. And being back at the point where I want more time, not less, is great. Shows great progress. But also, less good is I caught myself going, if I don't have more time, I want to make sure I'm spending my time being as productive as possible. And therefore only doing things that add value. And that, Mr. Monty, you do not want to go outside, it's wet. Such a little whiny bitch. And that's not good. That's me going, oh, this thing I'm working on at the moment, which is like a way of basically unit testing MongoDB, although not really, because it's technically still an integration test, but like trying to figure out a way of doing that efficiently. That's like learning something. Yes, it doesn't add to a business idea in the future, not everything has to. But yeah, so we're making progress. I've just got to be diligent about the way I go. We can't decide if letting him go outside for walks is a good idea or not, because then he wants to go outside. But he's a cat, it's good exercise. I want to treat it like a treat, you know. Wednesday, feels like it should be a Thursday. Literally back-to-back calls today. Calls and meetings and shit, it's just so much of it. Manic. Otherwise, this evening I've been trying to figure out this Mongo thing. And I think now my problem is that my database is out of date. I think that's the problem. So I need to migrate from like the old version of Mongo to the most recent. Because I'm looking at all the docs and what I'm trying to do should work and it doesn't. It's all like, I was about to say, and I think it used to work. In fact, it did. Oh no, I wanted the classes to be immutable. And I'm trying to make it work with immutable classes. And it's just not populating all of the fields, like serialization's not working. And everything I do to try and make serialization work doesn't work. And all of those things are like there's no one else that's having this problem. So I feel like I must be on an old version of Mongo, which doesn't support this, and I just can't tell. And migrate my database tomorrow. It's gonna be great fun. Looking forward to it already. Gonna level with you. I'm probably gonna cheat and just copy out all of the files and re-put back into a new database rather than actually migrate. Otherwise, I'm pissed because I fucking chess, right? I keep trying to play chess. So this here, they do like these drill things. One of the drills, second drill in the end game fundamentals, is to win. You got a pawn and a king here. I have fucking no idea how you're supposed to do this, right? So you get to like there or whatever. You get to there, and then like effectively it doesn't matter what happens, right? I've tried this so many times. You get to there, he goes there, stalemate. Because like if I go there, he can't move. If I go over there, he takes a pawn. Fucking bullshit. I don't get it. And then there's another one, not in the fundamentals, but in the endgame practice, where you have to win from this position. And I fucking can't do that either. Stressing me out is what it does, man. God damn. I don't even want to know how many times I've attempted it. And I can't play, I'm not getting any better at the actual games itself, which is why I'm trying to do stuff like that, to try and learn and get better. And I can't do it. I can't get past the basic levels. I'm like, help me. Oh God, I'm really itchy. I had my earphones in all day. Tomorrow's Long Walk Thursday. I was going to do Long Walk Thursday, but it's going to rain. And if it's raining, I don't really want to have my earbuds in to listen to music or a podcast, because I'm going to have to wear them all day. If it's raining, I'm not doing Long Walk Thursday. So, simple as that. It was so windy this morning. Legitimately, I woke up because of the wind. And I was in the shower, and I had like the window was open on like a, you know, the like locked, closed but open. You know what I mean? And I'm like getting blasted by the wind. It was like 60 odd mile an hour gusts, and it was raining. So I didn't go for a walk this morning, and that was silly. Oh, I got a bit of a headache for that. I've just taken some headache tablets. It was silly because I also was in a shit mood today. Thursday, I think I literally had a 30-minute gap in my calendar for meetings. That's how like fucking crazy it was. It's been like that for the last 3 days, but like today is the worst day. And I started off in a bad mood because I couldn't figure out my Mongo issue. I was like, I'll try that for 30 minutes. I was like, oh, I tried and played chess and I lost 4 games in a row. Put me in a bad mood. But anyway. Shitload of meetings, finished work, played some Xbox. I think I'm nearly finishing Halo 4. Feels quite short, but I feel like I'm at the end of it. We'll find out. feels like it's bringing to a climax. What else? What else? That's it. That's right, I had something else I was going to say. Been told my boy is in the bath. There he is. Hello. Another week, ladies and gentlemen. Another week down. It was actually quite a good day. I had an hour gap in my calendar and I actually got some work done in it. I mean, this session on what? Different types of testing and how we should improve some of the testing we've got. Another session on like a strategy plan for wrapping some tests around some old stuff. It's all talk, it's just not much doing. But finished it. It's a full year since our company's been working from home, which I think means it's 51 weeks since I joined the company. Exciting times. So we had like a celebration thing, and then we had like finished early, 2 hours early at the end of the day. It was great. Living the dream. Formula One's back, testing. So boring, but Formula One's back. I'm excited about that. We had Domino's for dinner. Living the dream. So Laura's had her vaccination now because she's old. Yeah, we're rolling into the weekend. Oh, I've also finished Halo 4 now. I'm playing Halo 5. And what's happening in Halo 5 makes a lot more sense to me now. So,
would you like to stick a guess as to why Monty moved these 3 pieces of food?
right.
From there to here.
Bit of a odd one today, ladies and gentlemen. I spent quite literally the whole day, like 10 till about 5:45, with the exception for lunch, programming. What? Not doing anything exciting. I'm refactoring a way of setting up Mongo so that I can more easily debug it. And I set up a test harness around that thing as well, so I don't have to keep making NuGet packages and consuming it, or just implementing it in my world. I was enjoying it, so it's quite good fun. Thoroughly enjoyed it, actually. There's a couple of things I need to look at still. I've not actually fixed my problem, but I was having fun, so I did that. I got up relatively early, watched a bit of Formula One testing while I was waiting for Laura to get up. Laura's been feeling pretty ill today. She's just been like downstairs on like a duvet day, watching films and stuff. We watched The Big Short after dinner. I've been meaning to watch it for ages. It's not on any streaming service. Basically, I've been meaning to watch it since I was listening to a shitload of podcasts that were all about like the GameStop stuff. And then like it's not on any of the streaming services, so we just bought it off Amazon. Just watched it live. I'm normally a DVD kind of guy, a Blu-ray kind of guy. If I'm going to buy it, but I mean it was worth it. So it's only like £6. See, I've got to get out of that attitude. But yeah, so it's been weird. I've had like a fun day programming, but it's not been productive. Like I've not like got anything out of it, but I've enjoyed it. That's all that matters. So it's bedtime now, though, boy. I'm gonna read for a little bit. I'm not that tired, but I'm gonna read. Oh, boys! Today, living the dream. Firstly, got up, baked sandwiches, standard Sunday practice. Baked some cookies, peanut butter and something cookies, oat and chocolate cookies. I don't know why I made them. I made them because they were easy. Don't really like peanut butter. Not bad, but I won't make them again. Otherwise, today's like the standard cleaning day. Progress made, programming world though. I have, so most of the day I've spent figuring out how to do releases with pipelines. So like, Azure DevOps used to have, a long time ago, it had builds. It had build pipelines and releases. And previously, most people just kind of used the build pipelines because the releases were a bit like hamstrung. Like they could only do certain things. Like effectively, you had to use the build to do it. And then there was a push to like make builds and releases separate. And then build pipelines, it's kind of gone the other way now. So you can do releases properly in pipelines, and they kind of get more love, and it's like kind of the new way to go about it. Everything goes around in circles. But yeah, I remember my first job. They were like, "Oh, it's really annoying. We have builds that do releases here," and that was a bad pattern. But yeah, so I spent the day trying to figure out. We do it at work as well now. We have pipelines that do releases, and we have some old releases that do releases as well. But the way we do it at work I don't think is as good, where you have a build pipeline and you have a release pipeline. Where I've built a pipeline, it's only deploying a NuGet package, where it builds it, and then the next step is deploying it to the environment, which is publishing the NuGet package, so that it's one pipeline rather than a pipeline that references another pipeline. It's pretty sick. It took me a while to figure it out. It's not as intuitive as the old style pipeline and releases. It was two separate steps, but it is like a lot more succinct. Like at the time the pipeline is generated, that's it now. Like a problem that we semi-regularly have at work is that like old things, master exists and you've got the build, and you try and release master again and you can't release it because like something's changed, the pipelines have gone out of date, whatever. Whereas this method now is so I do differently. I don't release master, I release the pull request, which I think is a better way of doing it. I think like the build generated by the pull request doesn't change once you've merged to master. Technically, that's not the same build. Anyway, so then that gets pushed up all of the environments, because once you've generated the pipeline is then like static, so it will always be the same. And if you've got to change the release, then you're not deploying the same thing anymore, you know. So I think that makes a lot more sense. Either way, I was pretty impressed with myself figuring it out. The like ways we've done it at work, I don't think are as good compared to what I've done, which is a lot more like native stuff. We have a lot more like shitty custom scripts, which I don't think are as clever. They're trying to be too clever, and they're just. Long story short, I also figured out my Mongo issue. Fucking wild. It's to do with like BSON maps and class maps and like read-only properties on abstract inherited classes. It's complicated stuff. It's annoying. I'm trying to figure out if I have everything as get setters rather than making the class immutable, then it's not a problem. Like basically it's not a problem at all. If I go immutable, then I have to define these class maps, which I think is a pain in the ass. I need to figure out how to like have these class maps somewhere where they're easily tested, where I don't have to spin up Mongo to do it. That'll be the ideal world. Or whether or not it's better just to have like a database model and a domain model. The domain models are mutable, but the database model, which is effectively just used for serialization, isn't. But anyway, it's been a good day. Lots of programming, lots of good fun stuff. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. But it's bedtime now. I'm not really that tired, so I'm probably going to read for a bit. I'm reading The Secret Barrister at the moment, because I've thought if I'm like planning something in that space, I should really read the most public criticism of that domain. But I'm a really slow reader these days because I read like 2 or 3 pages and then fall asleep. I could just read and just instantly go to sleep. It's a skill. It's New Shoe Monday, boys. I've got to break them in a little bit. I've been walking with shoes with literal holes in them for a good like month or so. Well, no, 3 months, 4 months at least. I've just been avoiding wearing them till most recently. But it's now like warm enough to not be wet and then risk getting these ruined, you know. But they're very shiny and they're very squeaky. So you know when you burn the inside of your mouth? That's happened. I had something hot in my mouth and I like proper pressed it to the top of my mouth before I realised it was hot. Not happy about it. Shopping was good fun, wasn't it, Moo? My shoes weren't too squeaky, so that's good. Otherwise today has been semi-productive actually. There was only really meetings in this morning. And I managed to like clear the decks for everything that I have been doing. I carved out some time to fill out some like admin. Figured out that actually if I use the thing behind me when I'm sat down, it's like almost perfect laptop height. So I was just kind of stood like, when you got to do shit like churn out Word documents, that kind of bollocks. Just stand there and it's like fucking hammer it out. It's great fun. I really want to get a standing desk, but we need to like redecorate that room, put some carpet down before I do. Went shopping. Figured out I was trying to write some tests for some Beeson class maps. And I've realised that like the better way of doing it is going to be like, I can do it at a unit level, which is good. So I don't have to do it at a dependency/integration level. But half of the mappers, the way it behaves is kind of dependent on the setup used for Mongo. So I kind of need to inject the tests into that kind of space, which is possible, it's doable. But it means I need to update my NuGet package to allow it to accept the Beeson maps, and then expose an endpoint for my unit tests to integrate with. So it'll be tested both indirectly by the dependency tests and then directly by explicit Beeson maps. But yeah, so I figured that out in about the half hour I've been playing around with stuff. Otherwise, I've been watching The Circle and stuff. So, you know, The Circle's coming back tomorrow. Finish the celebrity version. Looking forward to it. I think tomorrow's going to be a long day. We've got a slow start though, because I don't think I start until 8:30. So we'll see how it goes. Oh my god, today feels like it's been a long day. It's nearly 9 o'clock. Got up this morning, went for a walk, and then was at work. What was I doing this morning? I had a gap in my day this morning, but it was like more calls to like with people to talk through things, problem solve, that kind of thing. While I was trying to chip through some admin for like raising tickets for some technical work that we need to do, from like testing and trying to push in. Then it was like afternoons all meeting, or meetings all afternoon, trying to wrap my head around, one of which was refinement, and we had a spare 15 minutes in it. So I was brought forward like a ticket that we could refine, i.e. some of the ones I was generating that morning, which has been like with this process now, which I don't understand, where we put forward a proposal for work that's cross teams, although there's currently a proposal for one team to do work on its own. Doesn't make a lot of sense. But anyway, so you raise a proposal, it gets approved, it then gets scheduled. This is the kind of thing that just doesn't get scheduled very easily, because it's like basically every team just has small bits of work to do, and it's testing, so no one ever thinks it's important. So anyway, I've been spinning up tickets, and then I was planning to refine one so that we could like have something to pick up. So like we also have this concept, which I think is at loggerheads of the proposal system, at 25% time, which is like standard Google style. Every Friday you work on something that's not feature work, except these proposals are populating that time, and to raise a ticket for that time it has to go through pre-refinement, where it has to be like balanced against priorities for other things. I'm like, isn't the whole idea that 25% time is something where you spend time like effectively doing anything to like encourage innovation and stuff? But anyway, so I effectively got told off for spinning out, trying to refine a ticket that's not gone through pre-refinement. So I've got pre-refinement tomorrow, and they're going to be like, oh, I don't understand it. I don't understand how you can prioritize a ticket like this. It's been approved, so like let's just put it on the backlog and we can pick it up when we've got space for it. But man, it like bugged me. I can't count the amount of times I've put a ticket through refinement and it just get like spat back out. And annoyingly as well, like I'm an SDET. My job is like literally to push for changes to the tests to make them better, both for existing tests and current stuff. But like, I can't raise a ticket without it going through pre-refinement. And I can't just start doing something without a ticket. So like, what do I do every day? You know, I just don't understand. Oh God, big company bureaucracy really fucks me off. Like, why does everything have to fit in a box? I don't understand. I don't understand why we can't refine some tickets and leave them somewhere on the backlog. Like, they've been approved, so we can start doing them as and when we want. Like, we don't have to wait for anyone else to start. So let's refine them. Let's get them to the state. We've got 15 minutes free. It's not like I'm organising a meeting. This time is already allocated to refinements. So let's refine it. You refine it. You put it on the backlog, and then it bubbles up and down based on the priority. But as soon as you've got a gap, it fills the gap. Done. And then they're like, oh, so towards the end of the sprint, oh, we've got some spare time. Never fucking happens, because nothing ever gets done in massive companies. But yeah. So let's do. So basically, they introduced this fucking proposal time to make it so that we can do some work, and the proposal system makes it so you can't do any work. It's fucking stupid. But yeah, I was just like, left that refinement session. I'm like, I don't fucking get it. I don't understand. And I hate big companies. So annoying. Yeah, so tomorrow I've got to go to pre-refinement and sell something that's already been approved just to get it refined, and then it just be dropped in the priority anyway. But at least once it's refined, I can pick it up. You know what I mean? The team doesn't have to do it, but I could. Fuck me, pissed me off. So, otherwise, it's been just a busy day. Like, I went for a 30-minute walk, was doing some programming. Hello, Moo Moo. Doing some programming before work. Then at like lunchtime, I had a sandwich, and then I was calling people to get a quote done. And then after work, I started cooking, doing all the clip washing up and stuff, feeding Monty and whatnot. Listened to a seminar about immutable architecture. It's actually pretty interesting. I've never really thought about it the way it's thinking about it. It's very interesting. Boring. Went on a bit long. Like the first half hour was interesting. It's been a long day. Laura's in like a mediation thing. So these mediation things go on for like fucking hours. Because basically lawyers figure out processes where they can basically just make themselves as much money as possible. That's what I can tell about the law system. You know why this process takes forever? Because they all think it will take forever. Time box it to an hour, 2 hours. Hour to figure out the deal, an hour to figure out the details. Done. You know? Oh, tough shit, we're going to court. As simple as that. Oh dear. Anyway. But yeah, so I've been looking at some like fucking other non-related admin stuff. It's bedtime, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. I've got a lamp, look. Oh, fuck yeah. That aftershave sample came free with a purchase I made. And it will stay there for the rest of the time, I think. I watched The Circle after my little seminar thing. Laura finally finished her mediation thing. And I am pooped. I feel like today's been such a long day. I haven't been in a 13-hour meeting. Christ. I've been doing some refactoring of my test harness I have for my nougat package thing. And it's working like a treat. I'm building it up to replicate the issue I'm having, or the issue I had, and now know a solution for. Instead of just doing the solution, I'm going to replicate the issue and then fix the solution in the nougat package before publishing the nougat package. I'm trying to do that as more of a standard, which I probably should have always done. I used to just kind of do this method of effectively hard coding the nougat package in the solution, and then just copy and pasting it into the solution and then doing it, and then unit testing it if applicable, but most of the time it's not, because it's normally like framework based stuff. I'm trying to like at least add a test harness, or add things like dependency tests or in-memory tests and all that shit. I'm not doing dependency or integration tests. I feel like that's OTT. But in those scenarios, I'll have a test harness so you can spin it up, at least like manually validate that it works. But it's easy because there's only like 3 scenarios. So there are literally 3 scenarios. Anyway, bedtime. Good grief, I've got a surprise gap in meetings. Well, no more meetings now at the end of the day. Can you believe it? Literally being back to back again. Can't really complain. Laura had 13 hours yesterday. Come out of pre-refinement, discussing whether or not we could schedule the proposal that was agreed into the team. And I'm like, I don't understand why. I don't understand the bottleneck. Like, the problem you're trying to solve here is kind of dumb to me. Like, it's a proposal, it's been approved, put it on the backlog, it can be pulled in when it needs to be pulled in, either by the team or by me. The difference being, I can't pull it in until it's on the backlog. As soon as it's on the backlog, I, as a non-team member, can start doing some of your work for you for free. What more do you want? Oh God. Fucking big company bureaucracy, man, it really fucks me off. My ears hurt as well, because I've been in so many meetings. I like them earbuds, but they're not ideal. It might actually be one of those things that, like, I bought, it's expensive, but will replace really quickly. Like, on the promise that something else is better. Oh dear. And the idea of it connecting to your computer and your phone at the same time has its downsides. Like, before I got it, I was like, couldn't understand why it wasn't just like a broad thing, since it's literally part of the Bluetooth spec. Words? They've gone. They've lost me. What was I going to say? But now I understand. It's because when you're in a meeting on Teams, on your computer, and your phone rings, you just can't hear the meeting anymore. Tough shit.
How you doing, Mr. Boo? How you doing? Let me go back to sleep, Jimmy.
Been playing Dishonored on Xbox. It's really fucking good. I played Dishonored 2 straight after it. Xbox Game Pass has to be the best money I've ever bought. Especially because, like, the first 3 months are like £1. It's like the best value pound I've ever had. But yeah, man, it's fucking sick. Otherwise, had dinner and whatnot. Heating up. Oh no, when did I talk to you after work? I did dinner, I just spoke to you then, didn't I? Nothing's happened since then. Loads of meetings today. Just lots of, like, stuff is rolling. So yeah, living the dream. On a slightly longer walk, not quite hashtag long walk Thursday, but long walk nonetheless. Oh dear, and I've been thinking about how, like, weird the weather is, firstly. Because, like, during the day, I've legitimately come close to, like, I've got my desk fan on, because it's so hot in my room. I've, like, come close to, like, setting up the big Dyson. And it's, like, only 13 degrees in the middle of the day. Like, it's not even, like, close to 20 degrees. I don't understand. But yeah, in the morning, it's now, like, 3 degrees, apparently. But it doesn't feel like 3 degrees. It feels way warmer than that. But, like, at night time, when we went to bed, it's cold. So, like, the temperature is very wavy. But otherwise, I've been thinking about... Also, there's a clock here on this, like, little tower thing that chimes. And it chimed for the hour 8 minutes ahead of the hour. That's annoying. I've been thinking a lot, been listening to a podcast about, like, how I've been feeling. I do this a lot. I think about how I'm feeling, but don't do really anything about it. I don't know how to make that step into, like, doing something meaningful to stop the way I'm feeling. I know what it is. I just don't know how to fix it. That's the problem. But I've been really struggling with, like, a sense of achievement recently, and for the past couple of months, maybe half a year to a year, 9 months maybe, I've been struggling with this sense of achievement. And maybe that's because I'm measuring the achievement wrong, and I don't feel like my work is adding too much achievement. Oh no, there's a bunch of psychological reasons why achievement or lack thereof fucks me up more than it does most people. But, like, I don't know how to just suddenly start achieving something, you know what I mean? And there's, like, a little bit of fear of failure in there as well. It's like my want for achievement, firstly, isn't being satisfied by work for whatever reason. Don't really understand why, but I just think the teams produced, it's just too slow. And this podcast is talking about how this guy accelerated the development of Twitter because people at Twitter didn't feel like they were achieving much. And then as soon as it starts to achieve, it like snowballs. I'm like, that's exactly my problem. It feels like everything we do is so slow at work that we never achieve anything. Like if I like stack ranked what my old team did in 9 months, like it's really easy to reduce that down to like basically nothing in my opinion. And then likewise, when you like spin out the last 3 months I've been sitting across 3 teams, those 3 teams, what they've done, this could be like maybe 1 team's work, you know what I mean? Like that kind of pace change fucks with my head. I need to figure out how to not let that affect me, or figure out how I can make that better. But I think it's like a big company bureaucracy thing. Like it gets to me on a really weird level where I'm like, I just get frustrated because I can't do what I want to do. Like because of a team and a culture, I don't feel like I'm achieving anything of value, and therefore I feel shit. Even though it's like not in my control, you know what I mean? Like I can only have tangential effects on that, especially in my current role. But anyway, but that also, because that's kind of not being fulfilled by how I spend the majority of my time, like not the pandemic, meaning you basically spend every day is the same day, and a whole year passing by and nothing much being achieved. And previously all of my spare time was working towards achieving something that was for me. Like I don't know how to start achieving something. That's the problem, because I'm hyper aware of the fact that every time I try and start something, I try and make it I'm not very good at dabbling or experimenting with something because it feels like less of an achievement. And then I'm equally want everything to be as good as it can possibly be, and then focus on too many things and therefore don't focus on anything and nothing gets achieved. It's like a very catch-22-esque cycle. I need to figure out something. Like Chris, a couple of weeks ago, we started throwing together like a shopping list app, because I've always been interested in wanting to make a shopping list app, predominantly because it's so annoying that I can't find a shopping list app that does the things I want it to do. So I'm like, I just want to build my own. But that doesn't feel like an achievement, and then I get disheartened halfway through because I feel like the value at the end of it isn't something to be achieved, like, you know what I mean, proud of. Oh, fucking hell. I'm such a miserable fuck, man. The annoying thing is, I think I know what I want to do, I know what I want to try, and I don't know how to achieve it. That's like the crux of something that I've been really thinking about, and I feel like it's possible, but it's so big, it's way bigger than Rad Spider was. I don't know how to achieve it. I don't know the steps I need to take to get there, especially not in an agile format. So anytime I start working towards it, I'm either trying to research if it's possible, which doesn't feel like an achievement, or pump in time into something that takes so long I'm never going to see it finished by myself. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of voice that. You know me, I use this as therapy these days. How long are we going for in this video? Don't know yet. Let's keep going. Semi-productive day today. We had a lot of meetings in the morning, but the afternoon we also had loads of meetings, but they got cancelled, which is good. We're like so one of the new teams is obviously starting a new project, which is like quite complicated. My old team is, what were they doing? They were starting to look at something. Oh no, yeah. They're starting to look at something new as well. So they're doing lots of stuff. Interestingly, I might not be covering them for much longer. So I'm going to be like moving out of my old domain of fin crime into operations, which operations sounds a lot more boring. Especially like if you have to talk to someone else outside of work, being like, oh, what do you do? Oh, I do fin crime. Then it's like, at least that's a little bit more interesting than whatever, you know. But yeah, it just seems to be Thursday. It's just everyone just kind of finished stuff and wanted it tested all on the same day. It's very exciting. Something is tickling my nose. Otherwise, after work, Laura does like a quiz on a Thursday with her family. I played some Dishonored. I'm playing Dishonored again. I had it on PC. I actually played it on YouTube for a brief period of time. Never finished it. Kind of don't know if I got stuck or got bored or whatever. But it's so fucking good. I got it on Game Pass. Oh, I really enjoyed it. After that, watched some TV with Laura. Been doing some programming. I fixed my BSON map problems. Got a nice test harness so I can prove it there. I'm gonna push up the package, consume it to my What's-My-Jig, and it's gonna be great. Fixed like a couple of little niggles as well, so simplifying some other stuff to do with date times and something else. Oh, and having to register something twice. I've got like a nice fluid API which makes sure you do it in the right order, so it's Gucci. Yeah, and also playing around with an idea in my little head. It's not possible yet, but I might include some of you guys on a little bit of a beta. We'll see. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday and it's bedtime. I'm currently just hunting for a song. I don't know what it's called. I'm just hoping I should be able to find it. I think I can guess what it's called if I saw it, you know what I'm saying? Today has been a pretty good day. I feel like we've made some progress on some stuff. After work, not so much. We've just been like playing games and chilling, watching The Circle and all that shit, but nothing like exciting. I will be bringing this video to an end soon as well, I promise. As you can probably tell. What's gone on today? Relatively slow and boring day today. I was just got up, slow morning, like do a wash and whatnot. We went to the supermarket to pick up some bread for lunch. Had lunch, played Dishonored for ages. Fucking love that game. It's really good fun. And Laura's rearranged her office. Been doing some programming. Fixed out my little issues I was having with Mongo, and I'm now just chipping through writing tests for and implementing identity repositories in Mongo, which is good fun. It's taken a long time, but it's good fun. And then like just watch some TV and whatnot in the evening. All fun and games, boys. Why am I doing this? Just kind of for fun. It's not really all that much fun, but I'm doing it. I had it before and I just never tested it, and now I've got this nice new way of testing stuff which works really well, so I'm just kind of wrapping tests around it. So I found some bugs with the old one too, so that's good too. But yeah, it's just very slow going, but it's interesting because I keep coming across problems that need solving, you know? I'm like, how do you do that? That kind of thing. It's good fun. I'm enjoying myself. Is it necessary? Is it valuable? No. Because I could literally find this packaged up somewhere if I wanted to. But the way that they integrate is just not very good. I could package this up if I wanted to, so fuck you. Let's end the video here, ladies and gentlemen. My lord. Today, we actually went to go see a friend. I think I can call her a friend. It's one of Laura's friends. We needed to get like a signature, like we had to sign something and get it observed, whatever that's called. So one of Laura's law friends did it for us, which was good. But it was nice when like went round, got to do that, and then we like sat outside of her house, and a cup of tea. It was great. My God, I didn't even know her really that well, but it was good fun. Then came back, did some lunch. I've been writing an email today, basically all day, singular email. That's why I am not cut out to run my own business. I get so obsessed about like making sure it's perfect. It's being sent to like 250 people, to be fair, but like making sure it's perfect. No, like 90% of them aren't going to read it. You know what I mean? And the 90%, the 10% that do, it not being perfect isn't going to affect it. You know what I mean? Piss me off. But anyway, I wrote it once, then got Laura to read it, and then like wrote it again completely from scratch in like 30 minutes, and it was much better. Played a little bit of Dishonored. Had dinner, cleaning, watched Line of Duty in The Circle. Fucking TV's great these days, guys. We've got Line of Duty, The Circle, Formula One's coming back next week, boys. Drive to Survive is on Netflix. Oh, God. But yeah, so living the fucking dream. I'm going to end this video because it is an hour and 10 minutes long. I've got to catch up, mate. I've got to catch up somehow. Yeah, so I'll catch you later.